Hey, what's up? It's Jason Parkinson here from ONEFIRE. Wanted to share a little bit of information about why you need to productize your services if you're an MSP. It's going to completely change the game and how you approach selling of your package solutions in your MSP. All right, so let me share my screen here. Just want to run through a couple of quick things that I want you to consider about productizing your services. So the problem that we see here oftentimes is every MSP is selling the same services in the same way. You don't stand out against your competitors because you don't have a position that is different than anybody else. And there's just a lack of clarity with your prospects over how you're any different than what they already have today. Now, the possibility exists here that your offering can look and sound completely different than everybody else. You can sell something that nobody else even has available to sell. And you can communicate the full value of your services in a very concise and simple way that proves you are the better option. So let me walk through what I'm talking about here. When I look at different MSPs all over the internet, you're all saying the exact same thing when it comes to how you sell your services. Let me give you an example. I pulled 4 different service menus from different MSPs across the internet. I tried to disguise who they were from here, but look at how some of these are talking about their services. Managed services, managed IT services, cybersecurity services, cloud consulting, project consulting, industry solutions, cybersecurity policies, managed hosting services. Ugh. It's just all the same gobbledygook. Nothing looks different in any of this. So let's walk through the principles around actually productizing your service so that you can sell more and do it in a differentiated way. So the key principles to making this all possible. The first one is brand your services to become the only MSP that offers those solutions. Especially the only MSP that offers that packaged product, that one thing that you do. Let me give you an example of ours here at ONEFIRE. We call this the ONEFIRE Growth Plan. It is our revenue operations framework, and it is only ours. This is how we think about modern marketing for the clients that we work with. The attract stage, the engage stage, the close stage, the delight stage, all working together to generate more revenue for your organization. It's packaged, it's productized. We call it the ONEFIRE Growth Plan trademark, right? So this is a solution that we have that nobody else has. The second principle to think about is illustrating what's included within your productized solution so that you reduce confusion. So here's another example. We used to be pretty heavily working in the elective healthcare space. We don't do as much of that work anymore, but I wanted to illustrate a packaged product that we offered called LASIK One. So LASIK One involved a strategy phase, a foundation phase, and a campaign cycle, and we really illustrated out what was included in each one of these specific phases. And so this 9-step process, we develop the strategy, we build the foundation, we deploy the campaigns. It's very easy for someone to look at this one slide in a presentation and go, oh, I understand. There's going to be some secret shopping. There's going to be some gap identification, some plan development, some automation getting built, ultimately leading to step 8, which is what everybody really wants, increasing patience, right? So thinking about this, a branded product, a packaged solution called LASIK One that clearly illustrates what's involved and what the value is there. And then finally, the third principle, reduce the fear of the unknown by illustrating the delivery process of your productized service. So what do I mean by the delivery process? Well, there's this fear that exists in sales where somebody isn't quite sure what they're buying. They don't know exactly what to expect. They have an overarching concept and they understand that this services, may be better, but what do I expect? What's the impact to me and what's the process to get from point A to point Z? And so by illustrating that, this is an example of one of our service pack delivery processes. So there's an onboarding phase, then we move into the foundation phase, then we move into the execution phase and some analysis, and then that's a cycle, back into execution, and then analysis, back into execution, and then analysis. And it's very easy to sum that up to remove the fear over, how complicated is this going to be to get from where we are today to the results that we're trying to get to. Now, this doesn't go without pitfalls. So let me just illustrate a couple of quick pitfalls here. The pitfall number one, if you don't align your marketing, sales, and service delivery teams around the Productize solution, it can be a big problem. Everybody needs to be rowing in the same direction, saying the same messaging, and really leaning into that solution and why it's different for you. So just think about that as you're starting to build this out for yourself. And pitfall number two to avoid, making the value proposition of your solution too complex. Now, what I mean by that is if you've got so much value that you're trying to communicate, it just gets to be overwhelming and not something that the prospect can actually grasp what they're going to be getting out of the solution. What's that one big problem that you're solving for them? Look, we love building out productized solutions for MSPs. We're doing it very frequently and for ourselves too. So we definitely have that expertise. If you want to talk about this and how it can make a big difference for the way that you package and sell your services in your MSP, we should have a quick conversation sometime. Just schedule a meeting on my calendar or let me know when's a good time to chat. I'll talk to you soon.